All right.
This is Joe Travato and Taylor Acquisto with the Week 6 preview. Taylor Acquisto, which matchup do you think we should go first?
Well, I'm thinking, in my opinion, the matchup of the week, Matthew Ridinger taking on Ryan Muskan.
All right, we got Matthew Ridinger coming in at 3-2 on the Eastern Division, and Ryan Muskin coming in at 2-3. He's a little back in the Western Division, but he's trying to make a run for it.
Yeah,
First off the bat, Matthew Ridinger's quarterback Drew Brees has a bye week this week, and his bench quarterback is Matt Ryan. Is Matt Ryan a good start for Week 6?
Matt Ryan's a great start for Week 6. He's proved himself every week so far that he is a top 5 quarterback in this league.
All right. Well, this week he got 14. His lowest is 9 week 2. He played Tampa Bay and Minnesota, but the Bears will definitely get him some pressure, don't you think?
Yeah, I think the Bears will get some pressure. They are one of the top passing defense in the NFL, but their rushing defense is near dead last, so that might
Okay.
actually help Matt Ryan spread the ball around.
All right. His running backs, Matt Forte and Toby Gerhart. Toby Gerhart is, Jacksonville, percentage owned 92, which is actually pretty high.
Yeah, I
But
mean that's pretty good for a
his
Jacksonville run.
highest his highest points are 7 in week 4.
Well, you also got to look at who Jacksonville's playing. They're playing the Tennessee Titans, who's also one of the worst defensive teams
Well,
in
they
the
just came off
NFL.
a close game against the Browns. They did let up huge plays at the end, but I wouldn't take their defense for granted especially against arguably the worst team in the NFL.
That's huge. Yeah, I
And
agree with that.
actually, if you look farther down his depth chart, his flex, Alan Hearns. What do you think of
Alan
him?
Hearns, and he's in my opinion a Deshaun Jackson kind of player. He's either a hit or
Wow.
miss. Um,
Okay. Oh, hit or
I
miss.
feel
Okay.
yeah, I feel that Alan Hearns just doesn't get enough receptions, targets. I mean, Cecil Shorts could come back next week. That's
Out of the
not for
question.
certain. But if Cecil Shorts and Marquise Lee are still out, look for Alan Hearns to make a big play.
Okay. Okay. He's got the Bears defense against Atlanta. Should he start a defense against a starting quarterback?
Um, I don't know. Who does he have on his
He has
bench?
no defense on his bench.
I would look for him to potentially look or trade for a better defense. And don't give up like anything too crucial.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, give up like a bench player you'll probably never use.
Okay.
That's gonna.
Is there anybody on his bench that's a must start? Larry Donnell. What do you think about Larry Donnell? He's got Delaney Walker in right now. Delaney Walker does play Jacksonville, so he's probably going to get double digits.
Oh
But Larry
man,
Donnell's playing Eagles, who also have a good defense. But Larry Donnell is a threat.
I don't know. I I couldn't tell. I Matthew Ridinger, in my opinion, he's taken on one of the hottest teams in the league, in Ryan Muskin, coming off a
Okay.
120-point outing.
Okay.
Whatever you think that you can get an edge on, if I would start Larry Donnell. He's, I mean, top 5 tight end in the league. Got 23 points. I mean, he's proven himself.
Well, speaking of Ryan Muskin, coming off the second highest 1 week score with 100 and over 120. How do you feel about CK as his quarterback?
If Ryan Muskin wants to be a top
Top
team in
tier
this
team. Yes.
top, if he
Yes.
wants to be a powerhouse
Yes.
in this league, he is going to have to get rid of Colin Kaepernick
Get rid of
or
him.
hope that he does a lot better.
He has
Because
he has he has Andy Dalton on his bench though.
I would start Andy Dalton. I think Andy Dalton's a better quarterback than Colin Kaepernick and could give you more points.
Well, we know what happens at primetime games. Colin Kaepernick's playing the Rams at 8:30 Monday.
I mean, you gotta
So,
watch out for the Rams. The Rams, their defense has looked very impressive. The offense is a little bit shady, but their defense has looked really good so far this year.
all right. Well, let's go to his running backs. Eddie Lacy, obviously a must start, coming off a huge game. Let's go to
Oh
Ben
yeah.
Tate. Ben Tate is a Cleveland running back who has not proved himself at all. Last week he got 12 points, but they're running like a 2 or 3 running back combo with Terrence West and Isaiah Crowell. And I just don't see him getting many touches next week, especially against a Pittsburgh defense that's relentless against run plays.
Well, you just gotta look at what he has on his bench. I mean, he's got Zach Stacy, who proved to be a great runner last year, but I mean that was last year. Zach
He is
Stacy,
questionable.
he's questionable. He's injury prone, and he's on the Rams. I mean, the Rams offense, their offensive line is beaten up.
Yeah.
I don't see any running backs. I mean, he's got Jerick McKinnon. I don't see
Yeah,
him
I don't see
as a
him.
starting running back. Mark Ingram's out for the season, most likely.
Yeah, and he has a bye, so it's even out of the question.
Yeah,
I mean,
I would start Ben Tate. I would look if I was Ryan Muskin to maybe try to pick up a running back off of waivers. After Ben Tate's 20, I believe 22 touch
yeah,
outing
yeah,
against Tennessee,
yeah.
uh,
123 yards.
I would look to start him, give him another chance. I mean, he had a couple plays where he was 2 or 3 yards short of the touchdown.
Okay. When I look at Ryan Muskin's team, I'm looking at the bottom four players on his team. Owen Daniels, tight end for Baltimore. Demarius Thomas, Denver. Chargers defense and Sean Sweezum. Owen Daniels, they're going into Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is known for having terrible defenses. He's going to get mad points. Demarius, we already know against a New York Jets team that just got goose egged last week with 0 points, going to get mad points. Chargers defense against Oakland, who has no wins. Chargers is looking like one of the top teams in the league. Chargers, I would expect to get 20 points for their defense this week. And Sean Sweezum going into Cleveland. That's going to be a close game, but I think Sean Sweezum is going to have a lot of extra points and a lot of field goals, a lot of long range field goals.
Well, as I'm looking at these two teams, what standing out to me is definitely Ryan's team over
Okay.
Matthew Reidinger's team.
I think Demarius Thomas is going to be too much for Matthew Ridinger to handle.
Yeah, Demarius Thomas won't have as good as a week as he had last week, but after last week, he's going to line up more in the slot after the Broncos got back Wes Welker. So when that happened, the Broncos went to more of a three set piece
Okay.
for like a flex piece.
Right, yeah.
So what they would do was they would have West line up on the left side of the field, Demarius line up on the right side of the field, and they would basically, well, I mean, it's illegal, but they would set picks for one another to get an open seam. So Demarius is one of the most explosive runners in
Yeah.
the NFL.
And when you got Peyton thrown to him, it's not hard to beat that.
Yeah. So I mean, best quarterback in the league, one of the most explosive runners in the league. Look for Demarius to, I mean, just tear apart the New York Jets defense.
All right,
Their
time
secondary.
time for predictions. We're gonna go ahead and predict that Matt Ryder's gonna put in Matt Ryan, so he's gonna have Matt Ryan starting quarterback. Any other changes you think anybody's gonna make? Last
Um, Man, I don't know. I would, if I was Matthew Reidinger, um,
Anquan Bolden,
man,
Michael
he doesn't.
Crabtree, Buffalo, St. Louis got terrible defenses. I think he needs to take out Kobe Gerhart, put in Shane Vereen. His flex, Alan Hearns needs to replace DeAndre Hopkins, and his flex needs to be like Michael Crabtree or Anquan Bolden. I think.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's gonna have to make some serious moves, and he cannot take Ryan Muskin lightly.
All right, my prediction for the matchup of Matthew Ridinger and Ryan Muskin is Ryan Muskin 94, Matthew Ridinger 86.
And why is that?
Because Ryan is going to have a close to a. He's not going to have 100. I don't think he's going to reach 100 again. No, I'm not saying the whole season, but I don't think he's going to reach it this week. Just for the fact that Demarius Thomas is not going to get 30, whatever, 34, whatever he got last week again. He might get he's going to get 20s. He's going to get mid 20s maybe if he's lucky. But, and that's, remember, that's subtracting everything. So he's going to get about 100. And Matthew Reiner's not, I don't think Matthew Reiner is going to have enough to catch up. And he's going to get about 80.
Okay, that's a good projection. I'm gonna go with your side on this one. I think Ryan Muskin gets it done. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout by any means, but I feel like Ryan Muskin wins by probably Sunday night, maybe Monday Night Football. You'll see Ryan Muskin improve his record to 3-3.
All right, there it is, the first matchup. Let's move on.